I'm back. I wanted to show how to make a sleepy baby hat. This one has owl eyes and a beak. But you can put whatever you want. If you go to my Etsy store, you'll see that I have some with stars and the moon on it, and you can do whatever you want with it. But this is what it'll look like. What you need is a 5mm hook, a tapestry needle, and if you want to work in the round, which this is how I've created the pattern to work in the round, so you'll need a stitch marker. I could show you how, if you don't want to use a stitch marker, or if you just want to make a seam, you can do that too. That's not a problem. But okay, and you can also make the hats with like bows on them, or I'll show you how to make a bow also, as well as the star. I don't have the moon pattern, but I can do that in another video to show you how to make a moon. But I'll show you how to make the eyes, the beak, and a star, and also a bow. So that way you have different options of different things that you might want to put on, you know, on the little hat. Okay, here we go again. I have my 5mm hook here. And I have two colors that I'm going to be working with. This one's coral, and this one's like a green color, bluish green, like maybe a turquoise type color. But first, I'm going to chain. Actually, I'm not going to chain. I'm going to do a magic loop. I'll show you how to do that. Ah! It's hard to do like this. Okay. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to pull up some yarn. And I'm going to chain. First I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to count that as one of my half double crochets. So chain 2. And then we're going to, not half double crochet. It's going to be a double crochet. It's going to be 8 double crochets in this magic loop right here. So this counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if you want, you can do 10 if you wanted, and it would be a little bit more thicker on the end because we're starting from the very end. Oh, there's 8. No, that's not 8. I just did a half double crochet. This is 8. Sorry. And then we pull the ends together because that's a magic loop. Or I can show you another way to do that. Instead, if you're not comfortable with the magic loop, because you could do it this way too. It took me a while to get comfortable with the magic loop. I still really don't like it because it's, you know, it's kind of hard to work in, but I'll show you how to do it slightly different, but it would be a lot easier, and that would be chaining 2 and then doing in the second, not this one, but the second loop from your hook, you're going to go in and then just do 8 double crochets in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, See, that's a different way and it's easier, and it's just much easier. But like I said, you could work 10 through there and it could be, you know, a little bit bigger. But I'll do 8. And then you're going to slip stitch in that spot right there where you started at. Then you're going to chain 2. And then we're going to do double crochets all the way around in each stitch for 13 rounds. We're going to do that. So okay, this is, well, this would be the second round. This would be considered the first, so this would be second round. But since we were going to work in the round, let's find out where we began. This is where we began. Right here. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to mark my stitch. Or, like I've shown in another video where you can use another piece of yarn to mark your stitch, you just attach it to there. But I'm going to work in the round, which means we're not going to have a seam in this hat. And just like my last video, or my other video, if you hear noise, that's my kids. They're just loud sometimes. Hopefully they'll be quiet through this one. But this would be considered the second round. See, he's calling his brother because he's trying to get his attention. This, we'll work in this one. It's kind of, this one's kind of tight because this is where I joined it right here. But I'm gonna work in that one so that there's not a big gash, a big hole right there as I work my way up. Okay. This was our beginning thing, so instead of going right here and joining like what we would normally do if we were going to create a seam, instead of joining that, I'm going to work in here. We're just going to keep working all the way around. Well, if it'll go, okay. And then double crochet. See, it has a little bit of a space there, but it's not too bad, you know, since I worked in that stitch. And then just, now we're on the third row, right? Yes, this will be the third row, so now we have 10 more times to go. So I hope y'all could see this okay. I know my video qualities aren't, you know, video isn't very quality all the time. I'm sorry if I seem all blah. I'm very tired. I don't know why. I think it was probably because I went on a Dr. Phil binge last night and watched Dr. Phil. I had recorded on my DVR. Watched 4 or 5 episodes. Anyways, so we're working. There we go. Now we're about to meet up on this side, and we just keep working around. We don't have to make a seam or anything with this. It's easier because if you keep having to stop and make seams whenever it's this small, it's just a pain. We just keep working. And we already met up to the front where we left off, and we're just going to keep working. So we have 1, 2, 3, And now we're going to be working on our fourth row right here. Row. Sorry, I always call it roll. My husband always corrects me. He's like, it's not roll, it's row. I'm like, okay. Anyways, we're going to work it. This will be the fourth row, so we have we have 9 more to go. Just single ones. And then I'll show you what to do whenever we get done on that one. I'll meet you back here. So I made 13 rounds. I'm on my 13 rounds. The reason why it looks so long is because we're going to tie the end and it's not going to be quite as long. And now we're going to start an increase. But let's move our stitch marker first. We got to put the stitch marker where we left off right here. That way we can keep up with it. So now for an increase, we're going to do 2 double crochets, then 1, then 2, and then 1. So we're going to go on this very next one right here. We're going to do 2. Because that's the next one. This is an increase. Then we're going to go in this next one and we're going to do 1. Then the next one is going to be 2. Whoops. And the stitch. Then the next one's going to be 1. Then the next one's going to be 2. Then the next one's going to be 1. 1. And then the next one's going to be 2. And then after you do that, it'll be 1. And then 2. And the reason why I'm not breaking away is because this is just, there's no reason for it's gonna happen so quick. This is such a short round right now. 2. And right here where we left off, we're gonna go in and we're gonna just do 1 because we did 2. We did 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we just went all the way around. The last one is ending on a 1. Now sometimes it's not going to end like that. We might have to move our stitch marker into a different area, but that's not a big deal because it still works out fine. And then the next one is going to be, you do 2 in the next one, and then you do 1 in the next 2 stitches. So this next stitch right here, we're going to do 2. And we're going to count 2, 1, oops, and then 2. Then the next one's going to have 2 in it. Then the next one is going to have 1. And then that next one is going to have 1. Then 2. And then 1. And then 1. Sorry if I got too close there. And 2. Then we're going to do 1 in the next 2 stitches, 1, 1, and then, oh, sorry, I put this ball of yarn on my lap. That's not working out for me too well. And 2, and then, oh yeah, 2. Now we're going to do 1, 1, and then see how we've kind of ended off where the stitch marker is. Like pretty much basically. It's not like right on it, but since it's in the round, it's not going to be perfect. It's not like the stitch marker ain't going to be perfectly. But we've left off on the last one with just 1. So then we're going to do, for our next round, we're going to do 2 in the next stitch. And then 1 in the next 3 separate stitches. So 1, then 1, then 1, and then the next one is going to have 2. 1, 2. And this one's going to be 1, 1, and then 1, then 2 in the next one. And we're going to continue that all the way around until the beginning of the next stitch, or where we hit the stitch marker pretty much. So now 2, and then 1, 1, 1, and then 2 the next stitch. Stitch marker is all the way on this side, so we go ahead and do 1, 1, 1. And see, it's not landing completely perfectly with it, in line with it. But since we've already done 3, we have to start with 2. And then it'll be this next row, we can move the stitch marker up to this spot that we're leaving off. We can do that. I like to keep my stitch marker moved with where I'm working. And then we're going to go 2 in that one, then we're going to do 1 in the next 4 stitches. 2, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I understand if you have to fast forward through all this if I'm going too slow. I'm just trying to walk y'all through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to put 2 in this next stitch. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3, 4. And I'm going to do 2 in the next stitch. And then 4 in the next one. 4 in the next 4 stitches. Or one, one in each of the next 4 stitches. That's what I'm trying to say. 1, 2, 3. 4. It lines up with the stitch marker. And then we're going to start off with 5. We're going to do 2, 2 over here, and then 1 in the next 5. And I'll meet you back whenever you're done with the round. I'm coming up to the end of my round. I have to do 5 and then 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we start in the next row, and now it's going to be 6. We're going to count 6. Well, first we'll do 2, and then we'll do 1 in each 6 stitches, and then we'll do 2 in the next one, and we'll continue that all the way around. 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 2, 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way around. And then 2. Okay, I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, I'm at the end where I gotta count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're leaving off right here. Pretty much goes in line with it, pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I know it looks long. Then we're gonna start. We're still doing increases. Do 2. And then we're going to go around 7. 1 in each 7 stitches. 2, 3, 7. I'm gonna go 2, 2 in here, 1, 2. And then we're going to keep going around until we meet back over here. I'm almost done with this round. I've got 7 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, we're like very near the stitch mark. So, since this would probably be the top of the head where this dangles down or whatever, hangs down, and this is large enough to fit on a baby's head. It's supposed to be newborns. It's supposed to be 5 inches around in the circumference, and then 14 inches, sorry, 14 inches around for the circumference, and then 5 inches from the base of the head to the top of the head in the back. So that's what I go off of, and whenever I wrote this pattern, this is about how many increases I had to do in order to get to that size. So now I'm going to move my stitch marker. I'm going to move it. You can probably hear my kids talking in the background. They're being loud. I hope it don't interfere with anything. Let's see. We'll go all the way around one time in each stitch, and we're going to do that. We'll probably do it for 3 or 4 rounds and then see how long it is, and then I will switch to this color and then do a row, a little tiny row, like a single or double or half double crochets with this, just to make it look cute. So I'm going to do 3 or 4 rows of just 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, about 3 rows, and then I'll meet you back here. If you did want this to be bigger, to fit a bigger head, you could consider continue an increase, but I wouldn't go like, because we ended on 7 and then 2, 7 then 2, I wouldn't do 8 then 2, because the increase won't be very big. If you continue doing it like that, it'll be bigger gradually, and you don't want it to be way too long. So after the 7 then 2, I would go ahead and do like a 5 and then 2 and then a 4 and then 2 and then a 3, like 3 stitches and then 2 stitches until it is as wide as you need it to be. If you want it to fit on a grown-up's head, you know, you could increase it that much. I hope that helped, you know, to be able to explain how to make it bigger. I hope that helped y'all understand. I don't think I'm doing a very good job. I'm super tired. Oops. Okay, I am at the end of this round where I did 3 rounds of just regular double crochets in each one. So now I'm going to switch colors, but I am going to switch colors, then I'm going to switch to a different type of stitch. So to end this, and then after that we won't be working in the round no more. So there'll be a slight seam, not too bad. Okay, see, this is how you end a round whenever you're working in the round, is you just slip stitch into the next one. See? That easy. And then I'm gonna like tighten it off. Ah. And then I'm going to get my other color here. No! Okay. And then I'm going to attach it on here, and then I'm going to work around in half double crochets. To give it its shape. So, there we go. I've attached it on. Ah! See, I like to roll my yarn, but whenever I'm doing it here in this room, on this table, the yarn wants to go all over the place. So I'm going to work over my ends here. I like working over my ends so I don't have to sew them in later. Okay, I'm going to chain one. And then I'm going to do half double crochet in each stitch. And I'm going to do that. Let me see. 4 or 5 times. You'll just have to see. Because that's how I work. Nothing's set in stone. Just so that way we can change things up if we have to. So, I have double crochet in each stitch here. And I'll go ahead and work 2 rows, and I'll meet you back after the second row so we can measure and see how long it is. And then we'll see if we want to add, you know, some more half double crochets. Alright. Also, I wanted to show you that this is not going to be working in the round. I'd rather not, now that we're like close to the end. But we're going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch over here. And then we're just going to keep on working around. That's just our first half double crochet round. I'm at the end of my second row of half double crochets with my second color, and I'm going to slip stitch the first chain over here. And that's what it looks like. But I'm going to take my handy dandy measuring tape and see about how much longer I need. Now, I'm going to not count up here as going on the baby's head because this is something that goes over. It's supposed to. So, and especially because this is like a, you know, a tighter area or whatever. It looks big enough, and I understand why it would, but it's going to look a lot shorter once we tie this, because we're going to tie the end of this. Actually, I can show you. I can show you that now. It's not easy to tie this though, but just don't lose your string. But give it a knot on the end. We'll pull that string out, and then we'll just sew that string in and hide it. But this is a lot shorter now since we've got a knot on it. And then how it works is sorry, this is like awful. But anyways, I guess I'll measure from about this point and see how much more we need. We need 5 inches. Well, we're already at 4 inches from this point right here. So we can go ahead and continue just with this color and do about 2 more of these. 2 more half double crochet rows, and then see how we like that and the sizing and stuff. And then I'll be back. I'm finished making my 4 rounds in this color, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do 1 round of a single crochet with this color just on the bottom, but I'm done with this. I'm gonna finish off my row by slip stitching. Ah, it's stuck. Don't you just hate whenever that happens? I do. I can't stand it. Anyways, my kids are yelling. They're fighting with each other, as always. So sorry. So, we're gonna hide this too. We're gonna hide the tail. We're gonna work over it. And we really don't need the stitch mark anymore. We're good now. Because now we're not working in the round anymore. We're gonna do one more row, but it's gonna be a single crochet just at the bottom. So I'm gonna work behind this little slip stitch right here. I'm gonna attach this. Yes, my kids are yelling. They might be playing. Not fighting, that would be good. Then I won't have to go out there and break up no fights. I'm gonna chain one. And then I'm gonna just start working one single crochet, sorry, in each stitch all the way around. So we're gonna do single crochets. And that's what this looks like. That's what a single crochet looks like. Is going in and then pulling up a loop and then wrapping and pulling through 2 loops. It's a very easy one. You don't want to do it real tight because then around the head would be, you know, really tight if you go ahead and like squeeze the yarn real tight. Let's see. This is about 7 inches across, which is about right. It's supposed to be 14 inches around. So 7 inches across. So I'm going to continue with my single crochets in each stitch all the way around. This is what it looks like again. Go through, pull up a loop, and then you wrap and you pull through both loops. Go through, pull through a loop, wrap, then pull through both loops. So I'll meet you back over here. Okay, I'm at the end of my last row that I'm doing. And this is, I'll slip stitch to join it. To join the ends. And then this is what it looks like. It's not easy to be able to see with this. Let me just show you. Of course, this is looks like that because of that's the seam, but that's not a big deal. Or it's not to me. That stuff don't matter to me. But I'm gonna show you how to make a star. To put on the end here. Pull this down. Tighten it. My kids are screaming, as always. And I'm gonna tie this off. Later on I'll tie that in. I don't really do that until I'm all done. Now I'm gonna take my bluish green color that I worked right here, and I'm gonna make a cute little star to put on the end here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So we start with of course our slip stitch. Oh, there they are. They're being loud now. They're coming inside the house, interrupting my video. Anyways, I could talk over them. We're gonna chain 2. Let me fix my camera here. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my finger. Ah. Okay, I'm going to chain 2, and then we're going to do 10 half double crochets in the second chain from hook. So here we go. 1, 2. Ah, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's move that tail out of the way. And then we're going to join this right here on the end. And join the ends to make a circle. Then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. Slip stitch. Then the next one, we're going to single crochet, which is going through, pulling up a loop, and then wrapping and then pulling through both loops. Then a half double crochet, which is you wrap and you go through, and then you wrap and you pull through, and then you have 3 loops, and then you wrap and you pull through all 3 loops. It's half double crochet. Then we're going to skip. We're not going to go in through here. We're going to skip it and go to this one. And we're going to slip stitch right there. And we've got one part of our star right here. And we're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to slip stitch. Then we're going to single crochet, sorry. Single crochet here. Then we're going to half double crochet. And then we're going to skip this stitch right here, and we're going to go over here and we're going to slip stitch. So then 1, 2, 3, 4 again, then slip stitch, then single crochet in the next one, then double crochet in the last one down here, half double crochet, sorry. I'm getting it all messed up. There we go. And then we're going to skip a stitch and then go to this one. And then, there we go. Now we got 2 more points to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch. And then single crochet in the next one. And then half double crochet in the next one. And then we're going to skip a stitch and go in the next stitch and slip stitch that. Now we have 1 more point to make. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just doing the same thing as we did in the first one. We're doing it 4 more times. So here's our slip stitch, our single crochet on the next one, and then our half double crochet in the next one. And then we're going to skip this one, we're going to go through here. Hopefully that works. And then we're going to slip stitch. Ah! I'm sorry. And then there we have it, a star. But I'm going to make another one. And then I'm going to sew them together, this side in, facing towards each other. That way only the pretty side shows, because I don't like how that side looks. But I'll meet you back here when I'm done with my other star to show you how to sew them together. Just repeat this again, but to make the other star. Okay, now I'm back, and I made my second star. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew them together, facing each other. They might not look like they're going to match up, but they will, because whenever you match up the stitches and you sew it together, it just works out. Believe me, I've done this a few times. But I want this side to be facing each other. So we have the pretty side facing out. So I'm going to try to hide all of these little strings on the inside of the star. There you go. I'll just work around them. And then that's fine. And then I left a long string attached to one of them, so that way I could sew them. Let's see. I got my my tapestry needle. This one's a smaller one, but hopefully I don't need a even smaller one, because I don't have one right now with me. But I'm gonna put them together, and we're gonna watch out for all these strings that we want to hide. Because all it'll do is make it stuffed and make it look cute. This is how I do it. I match up the stitches. Oh, I'm sorry. Shaky there, huh? Wherever I left my long string at, and I put my needle in, then I match them all up, and then just keep going around and around until it's all sewn together. Just like that. I am not the best sewer. I don't sew that great, but whenever you're doing this, it's just art. It's fun. Just fun. You know, it's with stuff like this, it does not have to be perfectly precise. Like with some other things, like probably with making quilts. I'm sure that has to be pretty precise with the measuring and all that. My kids are screaming. They're just playing. They're okay, don't worry. I have a feeling that they're outside playing in the water. Don't worry, I know it's December, but I'm in Texas, and it's like 75 degrees out there right now. I have a feeling that's what they're doing. They sound like they're having too much fun out there. They've got to be playing in the water. I wouldn't normally let them, but right now I'm a little bit tied up. Yeah, they've got to be playing in the water. See how pretty it looks? All sewn together like that. And instead of having like this little flimsy star hanging from the end of the baby hat, it's a thick, sort of like stuffed star. And you can even like make little hearts and do the same thing, like make hearts. I can do that. I can make a video for that. Sorry, that's my chair. I promise this is my chair, okay? My chair's noisy. Need some oil or something, I don't know. I have to tell my husband. But I can make some hearts and show how to make them, and then sew them together and all that, and let that dangle from the end of the hat, from the end of this right here. But hearts, stars, a moon. It's just, there's like endless possibilities of all the cute stuff that you can sew on. Just so many ideas. There are just so many things that you can do. Like, I can make a video, like I said, to show how to make hearts. I would so want to sew them together like this because it turns out more fluffy, not all flimsy and stuff. It has more like stability instead of looking like it's about to fall off. See, this is like, it's really easy. Just to sew it on, sew it together. Very easy. Just gonna match up the seams, that way it doesn't look crooked. No! Work. And then we're almost done with sewing the star together, the two stars together. I'm trying to hurry, I'm sorry y'all. Alright, I think we only have one more to go. I'm sure y'all have already understand how to do this. You don't need me to show this. No! No. I hate when that happens. I wasn't watching it. Okay, here we go. And then this is the last side that needs to be sewn together. And then it'll be done. I don't know, does that look alright? Yeah, looks alright. It's cute, huh? It's so cute, huh? I love it. It's so adorable. But what you'll do is you'll take a string and attach it to the end here. Sorry, it's wiggling. Anyways, and then you're going to sew it into this end right here. You're going to attach it in there. If you want me to show you how to do that, I can. I'll just take this up. No! Work. I'll take it up through here. That way I don't have to cut no more string. You'll probably think I'm so lazy. Like, man, this girl, she's so lazy. I'm not. I like to reserve my string, my yarn. If I don't have to cut a piece, then that's good, right? I can use what I already have. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right through the middle here. And then I'm going to go through a few of these loops down here. And then I have to go back through. I have to go back through the star to make the star stay, because we want the star to stay on here. And then we just keep randomly going back through little areas on the hat, on the end of the hat, and then going back through the star, the tip of the star, like this. And then just go through several times. You want to do it a lot of times to make sure it's on there really good. Believe me, you don't want to make something for somebody and then it fall off or something, or not be sewed on very well. You don't want to do that. That's why I make sure I sew my stuff on really, really well. Let me see. Trying to get it to go through. But you do that a bunch of times just to make sure it stays. And later on you want to sew in this. And you want to sew in this part too. You want to sew it in and hide the tail as good as you can. Make it to where it won't fall out and stuff. But this is pretty much what it looks like. You know, and then I'll make some eyes, some owl eyes, and I'll show you how to do the owl eyes and the nose. Now I'm going to show you how to make the owl eyes. If you want to know how to make them, you can do anything you want on the hat. But since I was going to show you how to make an owl hat, I got to make the owl eyes. I got to show you how to do it at least. So you can start with this slip knot right here, and then chain 2, and then we're going to 8 half double crochets in the second chain from the hook. And so half double crochets, you wrap, go through, then wrap, and pull it through, and you have 3 loops, and then you wrap and you pull through all 3 loops. So that's 1. Oh, what did I do here? 2, 3, 4, 4. I'll try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, you're going to have to make 2 of these. 8, and then we're going to join to the first one. No, that's not the right spot. I think the back loops on this one will slip stitch and join it. There we go. And then what we want to do is chain 1. We want to do 2 half double crochets in each one. So we'll count the chain 1 as a half double crochet, and we'll go through the same thing, same area. There's 2, and then we're going to do 2, and each stitch we're going to do 2. I didn't wrap my white yarn here, so it's a pain in the rear. So let me pull some of my yarn out to make it easier. Okay. We want to do 2 in each one, like I said. All the way around. 2, 2, 2, 2. We're like at the end here, but there is one last one right here that I want to go ahead and work in. We'll work in that one. We'll do 2 in there. Eyes, you do need to be more precise because you want the eyes to be the same size, and if they're not both the same size, then you have a funky looking owl. So there we go. Now let's tie this off. And then I'm going to take another color, which I like to use the very same color that I used for the bottom right here. That way there's a little bit of contrast, because the eyes will be, you know, half and half, but it'll still look good. Because the main color is the coral, so we want to use, or I personally want to use this color. I like it all to match and just flow. You can use whatever colors you want, doesn't matter. Then switching the colors and doing two single crochets in each stitch all the way around. Two single crochets in each one. So let me come over here and start doing the single crochets. Let me attach it first. Attach that first. This seems to be a little bit thinner yarn that I have, so I don't like working with thinner yarn. I did do a chain one here, but I'm gonna go around. Wait, where we did the chain one, we need to work a single crochet in that one too. So we have to have two in each one. Two single crochets in each stitch. So there we go. Nope, we don't wrap. Well, just do two in each one, and then meet me back and I'll show you how to do the eyelashes. Okay, I'm at the end. I'm going to join it together now. See, two single crochets in each one. Now we're going to join. I'm going to join it in this one right here. Okay, I'm going to tie it off. I'm only gonna do one to show you how to make one. That way you just make two. This one I didn't cut the string very long, but the second one I will cut a long string that will be able to stitch or sew on both eyes with that same long string, because what I do is I kind of stitch the owl eyes together in the middle just a little bit to make them even, perfectly even, and then I put them on the hat, and then I go around and sew it onto the hat. That's too long. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the eyes, the little eyelashes, which I don't like doing. There's my big yarn ball for the eyelashes. I'm going to cut a long string off. Pretty long. I mean, I probably cut too much, but you know. I'm going to thread my tapestry needle. Then I'm going to figure out which side I want to use, because I'm going to have two of these and I want them both to look the same. So do I want to work in that one or this one? I'll probably work in this one. I don't like making these. I don't, because I just want it to be nice and perfect, and I can't make it look that way all the time. And they can't, both eyes are not going to look the same, and it's just annoying to me. I want it to look perfect, and it's not going to. I'm not a perfectionist either. I just, doing stuff like this is just, I want it to look decent, so people don't think I'm, like, can't do what I'm, you know, I don't do a good job of making stuff. But anyways, on this side I'm gonna I'm going to tie this so that it won't come out while I'm sewing, because that is so annoying. I don't want to do it real tight though. Just tie it. Okay. And then we want to do, I guess I'll go in this one right here. We'll see how that looks. Because believe me, it's a pain in the butt. It's a pain. But let's try it. Oh, it looks good. So far. Believe me, I have lots of trouble. But I'm kind of going to follow this line right here. This line. And then, hold on. We don't need that. And then I'm going to go over here. Hopefully this looks decent. And then, I guess it looks alright. I'm just like anal about it sometimes. Now I have to figure out, do I want to go up a little bit more with it, or do I have to leave it like this? I actually think I want to go up a little bit more with it. Let me see. Well, I don't know. I don't know. What do I do? Let me look at my other hat and see. I think I went up a little bit more. Well, it's about half. Maybe I should just leave it. Yeah, I'll leave it. Anyways, now we're going to do the eyelashes. The lashes. These are annoying. Like I've said before, I don't like doing them because it's so hard to make them look perfect. They just don't. They just won't look perfect. So there's the first eyelash. It looks okay. Now let's find another area to like go through. It's kind of just annoying because you want it to come out right, and sometimes it doesn't look straight or even. Let me see. Where do we want it? Like that. Sure, that'll work. Why not? Let's try it. Let's try that. Well, let's see where we're gonna put this up. Which hole are we gonna work in? Because if it goes over here, it's gonna be crooked. So I might go right in the middle here. Let's see how that works. Believe me, whenever you start doing it, you'll understand my frustration. And then I'm going to work up here again, because if you do it from down here, it might not get even. Like, you know how you can like move over and then go up like that? No, I don't like doing that, because then it really gets messed up. For me personally, it's all messed up. It doesn't look right. Alright. Okay, let's see. Is that where we want to go? Sure. Okay, you go through. We'll go like this. Nobody's eyelashes are perfect, right? Oops. Okay, now we want to go through this little area and do one more. And you can do how many eyelashes you want. Do whatever you feel like you want to do. Because I do too. Sometimes I'll put a bunch of them, sometimes I won't put that many. So here's the first eye. And I actually think that turned out pretty good. Okay. And then I want to show you whenever I do, I work on the front. Like I put this in the back so that way you can't see the seam. And then I sew my eyes on about right there, and then the other one will be right beside it. Then I take yellow. And then I put a long piece of yarn on my tapestry needle, and then I start right here or on the other side of the eye in the same spot, and I make like a V, and I continue to work around, go through, and then go over there until I've got this little triangle that looks like a little beak right there. Now you can crochet a square if you want to, and I've done it. I mean, a square. Oh my gosh, how stupid do I sound? A triangle. You could crochet a triangle if you want. I've done it before. It's easier to do it like this, and it looks just as cute. Like, it's cute. But anyways, that's how you do it, and this is my finished one, and I just wanted to show you basically how to make this. And if you liked it, good, great, awesome, and hopefully you understood what I was trying to tell you. Let me show you real quick on how to, if y'all don't know already, because y'all might already know, but how to sew this in. Because I sew my ends in and I hide them as good as I can. But, sorry. But I just go, I weave in and out. Weave in and out for a little while. And then we're gonna, oh, see, I did it again. That's just fantastic. Okay, well, at least it went through easy. Sometimes it's like, you know, yarn doesn't like going through a needle hole very well. It's annoying whenever it comes off. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna start working through these down here and hiding the end. Let's go through. I'm going to stretch it and make sure that it's not all bunched up. And just hide it, you know? It's not hard to do. It's easy to do. And then there you go. You just cut it off, or you go as far as you want and then cut it off to where it's hidden. And you do the same thing with the other one. I already did that one. I hid it, and then whenever I sewed it in there a little bit, I went up through here and then I cut it off right there, and I made sure it's, you know, really well hidden. So it's in there. The ends are in there. I've just got them hidden where you can't see them. But here it is. And of course, like, I haven't sewed the allies on, but I figured y'all could, you know, pretty much do it yourself now, from me showing you what to do. But hope you liked it. Hope you liked the video. Bye!